Hi guys, good morning. I am going to plant peas this morning. This is part of our 2019 pea experiment. When we lived in Massachusetts, we always used to plant our peas in the thaw at the end of January, beginning of February. Then they would get snowed on and rained on and everything else, and then as soon as spring actually came, they would come up right away. So we're going to try that. I'm using Endure, which is an inoculant, best used in this case before December 31st, 2019. It is a natural bacterial thing that you add that helps the soil, the plants to fix nitrogen. So it's just kind of a bonus. Some of this naturally exists in some soils, but it helps. One of the first things I'm going to plant today is Early Perfection. This was peas. This was a gift from Sion Gardener, and I'm going to plant half of these because I want to experiment with transplanting them at some point too. So we'll see what happens here. Got my setup. So first thing I'm going to do, make some rooms. Those are the tallest peas we have, so I'm going to plant them at the north end of the garden. And let's see, still have some roots in here. Really don't care for them, but just sort of stayed. This was all tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers, and cantaloupe last year. So I'm going to plant those right here. See how well this works. Our ground is wet today because we actually had rain yesterday. In fact, it rained on and off yesterday almost all day. We did have a break or two when I managed to sneak out with my furry creatures and let them have some fresh air, and me too. They were very happy. There's a rock. Why that's in there? It's an unusual rock for us. Must have come in somewhere. It always makes me wonder where these things come from. There's certain kinds of rocks that I expect to find here, but it's a round rock, so that's like a river rock. We don't get river rocks here. Not up here. So, okay, first things first. I have my used, reusable shredded Parmesan cheese box. I'm going to take a look at my seeds. Well, these are really nice resealable bags. That's cool. I'm going to grab about half of these, because we're going to do a bunch of experiments this year, so I want to have more for later. And I'm going to dampen them, and then add the inoculant, because everybody gets inoculant around here. The advantage to dampening them is the inoculant will stick to them better than if you try and do it. Hi, Isa! Yeah, you couldn't stand being in by yourself. Everybody else came in before. They came out rather. So we'll get this popped open. Yes, Miss Isa, I see you. You're going to cause trouble? Say probably. It is my speciality. She's lonely since she lost her friend. So So, okay. That there, so it won't blow away. And it always looks terrible when you do this. But there they are. They just look dirty. But they're not. That's, and it won't hurt you if you get it on your hands or anything. So. These, by the way, are shelling peas. And these are a treated pea. Not something I usually use, but to be honest, it was the only thing that was available this year. This type of seed, they recommend you dry coverage with the inoculant. Also going to experiment this year with our snow peas. I have found that the snow peas in the past have survived the heat here in the summer. They don't produce heavily, but if I have 3 or 4 plants, 5, 6 plants, and I'm getting a few snow peas every week, it's a great addition to the stir fries. So. Well, we have a little sidebar here, but you'll notice that there's always a clip here next to this water container. Now this water container catches the water that is on the roof of the studio. And this morning, I actually haven't been over here yet. There's my clip that stays here all the time. Try and get these out as soon as possible. Don't see them get eaten, but usually what happens is somebody else comes along, a crow or coyote or something, and munches them. Well, after I watered this in, I thought, that's really silly. I have a tiny little spot over in the corner that doesn't have anything growing in it. I should know better than that. So, I'm going to plant some more of my peas in there. I considered actually growing some radishes or spinach or something in here, but our weather is still way too rough for that. So, I will simply put more peas in here, which have a much better chance of surviving the month or two that are going to come up before we even sort of think about not having frost. So I'll just put these guys in. There's the peas. Here comes the inoculant. By the way, if you notice that I tend to put stuff on everything. We have a light breeze here today, and I know from experience that if I don't nail everything down, the next thing I'll be chasing something across the yard. And I really don't want to be doing that, because sometimes things get dumped out. There's nothing like trying to pick up a package of seeds or something else that you didn't want to spill. And obviously the water does two things. It helps to get the seeds hydrating so that they can start to grow, but it also keeps the kitties out a little bit. They don't like the mud if they can avoid it. Now, we recently lost our oldest cat, and he just loved to go to the bathroom and various nice soft garden beds. I'm not sure I've ever caught the younger one doing it. She's more of an inside potty box type kitty. She'll run back in the house to go use the bathroom. So I'm going to still try and discourage fuzzy people from using the beds. And a little extra water won't hurt it. It'll drain if it needs it. It's a nice thing about these wicking beds is they drain really well. So if you need to, because you've had excessive amounts of rain, it's fine. Okay, now this is just phase one of the growing process here. I'm going to go back inside, and we'll see what I do next.